Next item to be evaluated is surface runoff. Surface runoff is our way of determining how rapid we believe the water will move across the surface of this soil. So surface runoff is based on soil texture, it's based on permeability, and it's based upon slope and or the amount of surface cover, as in vegetation or debris from a previous crop. All of these are going to affect the rate at which water is going to run off of this soil. So when we're looking at surface runoff, it's also described for you on page 16 of the Land Evaluation Manual. We are asked to put this into the category of rapid, moderate, slow, or very slow, and the explanations of those are given to you there on page 16 and the top of page 17. Now on this particular site, we're going to look first at slope, because slope is one of the primary determining factors. We would then look at permeability of the soil at the surface. We would also look at surface cover conditions. In this situation, our slope is 12%. 12% slope would normally put us into the moderate surface runoff category. We see that under moderate on page 16 it says slopes of 3 to 25%. In this particular situation, we really don't have anything else to go on there based on the information that's given to us that would cause us to change our surface runoff category out of the moderate range based upon surface cover, based upon permeability, etc. Now I realize there's a platy pan at 22 inches, but that would probably not affect the permeability of the topsoil. So in this situation, we're going to take the surface runoff and put it into the moderate category based upon a 12% slope falling right in the middle of that 3 to 25% range described for us as moderate surface runoff category under land evaluation. Next item to be evaluated is surface stones. This is kind of a check-off, do we have stones or do we not? But interesting enough, if we read the definition in our land evaluation manual for stony, it says sufficient coarse fragments of greater than 10 inches in size that make use of all machinery impractical except for hand tools. Now we have some soils that have a lot of rock in them, and they would not be called stony soils based upon this definition in this particular manual. So we do have to keep in mind the definition of this in this manual. Coarse fragments greater than 10 inches in diameter prevent all forms of cultivation. In this situation, we didn't have any stones evident in the soil surface, so we would not mark stony. We would consider this to be a non-stony soil. I would caution you, though, that you could be at a site where there is a fair amount of rock in the soil, and remember the definition of stony for the purpose of this exercise is greater than 10 inches preventing all cultivation.